It's a rare opportunity to have live aircraft, and it adds an authenticity to the picture.
It's great to have real aeroplanes in movies. You know, I've seen a lot of movies where the flying has been CGI'd, and you can always tell the difference.
We were asked to try and get as original as we possibly could because they're looking for authenticity on the film.
It's a German convoy after their defeat at the Battle of El Alamein, retreating from the British and the Allies, and then the column is attacked by British warplanes.
There were some issues about what aircraft to use, and during this campaign, the RAF did use a number of aircraft, Spitfires. We opted for Curtiss P-40s.
Big gun! Cut!
And, fortunately, we were able to get Steve and John Hinton to fly them, who are the best in the movie business to fly this kind of stuff. The P-40 is running about 1,200 horsepower, runs a Allison V12, and they are running about 180 knots, about 200 miles an hour, and some of the passes were pretty much pedal to the metal, 20, 25 feet up. Certainly lower than most people are used to having aircraft pass over their heads. In any case, they are loud, they don't have mufflers, and they're coming through here at warp 9, and it's a terrific sound.
Hey, Matt, thank you. That was incredible. That was incredible. You're getting the claws down here, buddy.
We're very fortunate in the aviation world here to have a person like Tom who appreciates these kind of airplanes, and I've watched him while we're on set here, and every time we fly the airplanes, he's got a big grin.
That was incredible. Great job. Thank you very much.
We have Hitler's arrival, where the Junkers are actually being escorted by the fighters. We also have another scene where the airplane arrives with our hero.
Yeah, of course I love the airplanes in the movie. I love aviation, so we had authentic World War II aircraft in there, Messerschmitt 109 and the Junker.
The Messerschmitts are protecting the Junkers, and so each of the shots in the film are the Junkers are there and the Messerschmitts are protecting them from enemy aircraft.
This is the first time ever on screen that I think we are seeing a genuine Messerschmitt 109 fighter with the correct engine in it. So it's quite a coup, really. I've been in the business for 40 years and I've never seen one flying before him.
There are very few of these left in the world. In fact, the one I bought from the UK is the only flying one in the UK.
Messerschmitt, we are actually filming you from the far end of the runway, so we do need you to continue with that low run over the top of them when they pass this position.
People look at the aeroplanes when they're flying, obviously. Of course, we are carrying swastikas for the filming. They are illegal in Germany, normally.
Germany is one of the few countries that actually has a ban on flying aircraft with swastikas. In England, you can have swastikas for historical purposes and for accuracy. In Germany, they have a rule that I think if you run around with a swastika, you get 10 years in jail or something.
But we're very conscious of the, of the nationals here, and so we blank them out as soon as we leave the set.
I would think there's probably about 6 or so Ju-52 Junkers flying in the world today. These are proper, full public transport aircraft, so the pilots have to have commercial licenses and be type rated to be able to do the work that we're doing.
I think the biggest challenge is to be able to get the chance to fly this old lady built in '39 So it's what, nearly 70 years old, because all the modern aircraft we're flying today, they have computers, screens, it's all kind of help you have in the aircraft, and this is just the machine and you.
To be able to shoot in those airplanes, particularly the big Junker, that's what, you know, we shot live in there. Actually, Brian was there with me, and we couldn't have a lot of crew on there, so that's where Brian was actually directing me and doing the hair and makeup at the same time, because we couldn't have them on board when we were doing it.
I got a quick lesson on how to do makeup. So in between shots of Tom in the airplane, I would proceed to dab his face with the makeup applicator. So I kept swatting him in the face, and I would not ever become a professional makeup person.
I'll stay on 3.
And then once we just kind of ran out of film, Tom Cruise just basically started encouraging the pilots just to have fun. And we're doing some crazy things.
Geez, we were just about to do a loop.
Tom, because he's a pilot, took control of the aircraft and actually took this 70-year-old World War II plane into a full wing over about 200 feet above the forest.
Flying the Junker was a lot of fun. They had great pilots on board, and I got to get behind that and fly it around. Very easy. You know, it's like a big boat, that airplane.
Tom landed the plane. Tom landed the plane.
And we came into land so many times, and we just immediately take off again. Eventually I was going, no, don't take off!
Jamie Parker was his first day shooting on the movie, and he's like, the plane's up on its side, we're looking down at the tops of trees, and I think Jamie's wondering, is every day gonna be like this?
I think CGI works very well if you're doing background aircraft in movies. However, if you're going close in on them, I think it's very, very obvious that it is CGI, and it hasn't quite replaced me yet. So we're still on camera with the real airplanes, and I think that's the way to be.